So let's look back at how Len and Annette did $1 million in just 12 months. So first of all, they hired an agency to create a marketing campaign to find joint venture partners. Now, the way that they did this is send out a direct mail campaign to some of the local businesses. They came to an agreement with a real estate agent, a dry cleaner, and a furniture store. Now, you can get the exact same campaign that they used at offer.alphalifestyleacademy.com. So, combined with these three businesses, that brought in $1 million in new business. This same agency then created another marketing campaign for their joint venture partners. Joint ventures is a form of word-of-mouth advertising. Now, most businesses expect their customers to refer them business. But to get the type of referrals you need, the business needs to put in a bit more effort. Len and Annette provided marketing material to their joint venture partners, which the real estate agent, dry cleaner, and furniture store provided to their customers, driving their customers to Len and Annette's carpet cleaning business. Again, if you'd like to get the same word-by-word marketing campaign that Len and Annette used, that you can cater it to your business and perhaps turn it into a video, you can do so at offer.alphalifestyleacademy.com. Now, a thing that many smaller companies get wrong is they believe advertising is just letting people know what it is that you do. Advertising is understanding human emotion and how by using the right combination of words, shapes, and colors, this will motivate a person to do business with you over your competitors. The things that the most successful companies are now doing online, it's not a new idea. The technology may be new, but the things that many of these companies are doing online is what companies were doing in the 1920s, 30s, and 40s through print. Now, unlike what many companies are doing today, in those days, companies were less concerned with branding and getting their name known, and were more concerned with making sales. Take, for instance, this Bisquick ad from the back cover of a 1931 Cosmopolitan magazine, which at the bottom right-hand corner of the magazine, you have a coupon to send in to get a free Bisquick cookbook through the mail that educated their readers and highlighted the importance of why a person should cook with Bisquick. We use the online equivalent of the type of advertising that companies were doing in the 1920s, 30s, and 40s that is known as direct response advertising. We use a simple one-page website to collect email subscribers. Recently, Learn.com published that these simple one-page websites or landing pages outperform traditional websites by 2,400%. Now, there's a lot of hype regarding social media. However, when it comes down to spending money, more money is spent through email than any other type of media. Many businesses are ignorant to the numbers or the economics of their business. This is why you have certain people who promote a certain tactic, such as a new social media channel. However, unless you understand the numbers, the tactic is useless. Chet Holmes International published a report showing that because of the overabundance of messages coming at us on social media, it takes someone to see 500 of your posts for people to remember you. Many smaller companies underestimate the power of email because they do not understand the numbers of their business. A study from the Direct Marketing Association shows that social media has a return on investment of 28%, where email has a return of 3,800%. That's a humongous difference. Dean Jackson of the I Love Marketing podcast reported on a study that found when somebody inquires about a particular product, 50% bought from somebody in the first 18 months. However, only 15% of them bought in the first 90 days. Penn Island Studio reported that when somebody clicks on an ad, it takes an average of 22 days before they will buy and 32 touch points. That means email, text messages, social media posts, direct mail, and perhaps phone calls. Chet Holmes International did some research that found that just 3% of the population are ready to buy a particular product at any given time. This is where 99% of the competition is focusing on. This is why email is so important, because 7% are thinking about it, 30% are not thinking about it at the time. Another 30% believe they are not interested. However, by making some slight modifications to our marketing message, we can capture this audience too. And the last 30% know they are not interested. Majority of your competitors are focusing only on those who are ready to buy right now. However, by making some slight modifications to your marketing message, you can capture these other audiences too. That way you do not lose these prospects off to your competitors at a later date. And because emails are sent over an extended period of time, this is called the customer journey. This is the path a person goes through that leads them up to doing business with you. Let's look at the before. A family-owned furniture store promoted a contest to capture emails from those people who were thinking about buying furniture. Then for those in the during segment, they ran a 4-day sale to only those subscribers and did just over $53,022 through email. Then the after segment. Most companies only focus on acquiring a customer. However, if you want referrals, the only way to get a significant amount of referrals is by segmenting your list to those who have already done business with you. It's not only important that you send emails, but you send the right kind of emails to each person. The before, during, and after. The owner of a sub-franchise owned 3 franchises, and in 3 months, he took his number 23rd top grossing store to the number 1, and his 48th and 92nd top grossing store to the number 2 and number 3 top grossing franchises. That means this franchise owner from email had the number 1, the number 2, and the number 3 top grossing franchise. Mary Ellen Tribby of Early to Rise, where she was responsible for growing the business from $8 million in sales to $26 million in just 15 months. Before that, she helped Weiss Research jump from $11 million to $67 million in sales in just 12 months from using email. Again, the purpose of advertising is once you've built a large enough following that you can send out a message to that following, you only need a small percentage of that following to respond to the message to hit your income goal. However, it may take a lot of time, effort, and expense when you do this through traditional advertising to build a following large enough to reach your income goal. So instead of doing this all on your own, just think how much easier it would be to find somebody who is already successful, who already has a large following, to send out a message to their following endorsing you and what you have to offer. Now, if you'd like to partner up with us, where we will be sending out tens of thousands of messages each and every day, not only through email, endorsing you and what you have to offer. We have a software that does the work for you. We use a similar software that some of the most successful companies use that we call as an auto sales closing system that will, number 1, generate interest, number 2, capture your leads, number 3, present your products to your prospects, number 4, closing them right there on the spot, and number 5, if they don't buy, it follows up with them, closing them at a later point by capitalizing on 9 different categories of income streams. It would be an impossible job for you to understand exactly what we're going to do for you in just these few minutes. Now, people love the idea of using somebody else's following to build their customer base, but going from idea to putting this into action is too much to ask for from so many people. So we created a shortcut. Now, the purpose of this blueprint is not to sell you, but to partner up with you by working together as a team. So if you've heard enough to get started, you can get started with the resources down below directly underneath this video. Otherwise, you can move on to our next module. One more thing, stay healthy, have a great day. I'm glad I could help you, and we'll see you in our next module. Bye-bye now. Now, it would be an impossible job for you to understand exactly what we're going to do for you in just these few minutes. People love the idea of using somebody else's following to build their customer base, but going from idea to putting this into action is too much to ask for from so many people. So we created a shortcut by downloading your step-by-step blueprint. These are the same strategies that I used working as a business strategist for a $400 million marketing firm. Now, the purpose of this blueprint is not to sell you, but to partner up with you by working together as a team. So if you've heard enough, you can get started with the resources below this video. Otherwise, if you haven't done so already, you can download your free step-by-step blueprint. One more thing, stay healthy. I'm glad it could help you, and we'll see you in our next module. Bye-bye now.